Good morning. Good morning. Java Delight will uplift you. Stay tuned. The show is about to begin. Grab your coffee. Stay tuned. This show is about to begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, and happy Friday. It is going to be a fantastic Friday today. We have guests coming in. I have Gavin around the corner getting ready to come in. We have a busy day today. We are still in downtown Cleveland for the NFL draft. I'm trying to make sure the camera looks good for you guys. Have a whole bunch of things happening today, guys. So I want to start off the day by saying good morning. Thank you for tuning in, Renee Bush, Brian Tracy, both giving a good mornings out there to everybody. I want to see how everybody's doing. So, guys, do me a favor, leave a comment, say your name. Oh, Jessica Dugas, can you do me a huge favor, Miss Dugas? Right now, text your husband, I love you. And then I want you to turn around after saying I love you and say, that was from Brandon, just because. Or if he's home, dip him and kiss him. I want you to run and tackle him like we talked about the other day and dip him and kiss him. Mr. Brett Gordon, it is good to see you, my friend. I'm very grateful for you in my life. You are a leader. You are an inspiration. You are a wonderful human being. So thank you for being you. Jacqueline Rodriguez, I'm going to start the day with saying hello to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. I love the kisses. I love you. Sending you positive vibes and affirmations. And I'm going to mispronounce this, but buen a todos. So I do not know what I just said there. Renee Bush, I didn't compliment you or Brian Tracy the way I did everybody else. I want to go back and make sure I do. So Renee Bush, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are the inspiration that is literally getting me up in the morning because I look forward to coming and talking to you guys. I look forward to interacting with you guys. Brian Tracy is been sending me videos of his brand new I love this. We even have a new one. His brand new motorcycle this morning. Brian, I love it. We have a new watcher, Mr. Jacob Craig. Good morning, Java family. It's so good to see you today. We're going to be interviewing Jacob in a little bit. Guys, interact with him. He's a great guy. His bio, I'm going to read it so we get into it right away. He is a researcher and a writer on inspiring leaders in various spaces, including health, fitness, motivation, and success. At the core, he is an author of the self-improvement space, which literally, I don't care how old, who you are, or what, you need to do yourself a favor and always be improving. If you think you're comfortable, that means you're not building your best you. You need to keep finding those things that challenge you, make you better, make you stronger. And I say that as a place of love, consideration, and support for you. So that's what this community is about. And I love that he's doing that. So his name is Jacob Craig. At the core, he is an author in the self-improvement space. He has studied various inspiring leaders, including Mike Matthews, Ben Greenfield, Kelly Starrett, Jocko Willenick, Eric Thomas, and more for the past few years. And I know I messed up a few of those names. My coffee is not hit yet. His first book, Inspiring Leaders in Health and Fitness, released on March 30th, 2021, which is a brand new book. It's available internationally, both in print and ebook. So I am going to highlight this link right here, and I will be more than happy to share this with everybody. And that way everybody can take a peek before we get started on the show, or before he comes in. His personal website is The 12 Paths, and his book series is Inspiring Leaders Collective. He does live streams via Facebook and sharing his morning routine with others to start the day off right and help others do the same. I absolutely am 100% excited about this, about having you on today. Honestly, Jacob, it's starting your morning is essential, and it's 100%, man. I love this. Guys, here is his book. I'm going to share this first. And that is not the button I meant to click, but we're going to have it go like that anyways because it looks funny. But book, there's the link. Do yourself a favor, click on that. Make sure you do to go take a look, and I will be sharing the website and that when he gets on here. Now, Brett is responding in Spanish. Guys, if I can't say Jacqueline, what the heck, guys? Having a full conversation and make it like where I'm not like able to participate. I love it. Absolutely. Amen, man. I feel like we already know each other, and I love it. Absolutely. I was looking at your bio last night. You shared the show. I am ecstatic that I have someone that has the same energy as me. I can be quiet and let you just run the show today, Jacob. I hope you're ready because you're just going to inspire everybody. Mandy Atterbury, I'd like to let you know I am really sorry. I did not remember my onesie. I promise I will be bringing on a onesie next week. Actually, for everybody, everybody who shares, I am going this podcast today because it's Friday. Every single person who shares, I will put your name down on the list, and the first thing Monday morning is I will spin a wheel, and you get to pick what onesie I'm going to wear that day. And then I will go change while Gavin does his good mornings, and I will put any onesie you choose out. This Sunday, I will put a picture up reminding everybody to share of all my onesies. And then I look forward to you guys getting out there and literally sharing this, putting it out to make sure you see. If you want me to wear the Ninja Turtles, the unicorn, whatever, I'm letting you guys pick. I have many more. I have Jack Skellington. I have a turkey. So, guys, share this episode. Get it out there. I want to start next week, with the most energy we've ever had. I want to build momentum in the strongest ways possible and have our team, our core group of everybody who's a part of this community be able to know we're looking at a brighter and better future. Guys, so let's go into a positive article for the day. Excuse me, positive news. And I have right back here, I'm trying to get it to load. My internet is coming off my phone right this minute, so I apologize if it's slow. But please know it's coming from a place of pure working on getting new equipment to make it better. Where was my article? Why is it not opening? All right, here we go. I think this is... Yeah, there we go. Here's my article. Share. Now it should open. I look forward to it. Share screen. And boom. Here we go. You ready, guys? I love talking about biodegradable stuff. I love when things come together. Scientists make a microplastic breakthrough, devising a method to trap and remove them. You ready? This is exciting. Microbiologists have found a way to use bacteria to trap microplastics, removing them from the environment and making them easier to recycle. The new technique, developed by scientists at Hong Kong Polytech University, uses bacterial biofilms, a sticky substance called microorganisms, to trap microplastic particles. The biofilm then processed and dispersed, releasing the microplastic particles for processing and recycling. Microplastics are hugely problematic and pose major risks to food chains and human health. According to researcher Yang Lu, they are not easily biodegradable, where they retain in the ecosystem for plagued or prolonged durations, the results in the uptake of the microplastics by organisms, leading to transfer and retention of microplastics down the food chain. Due to their huge surface area and absorption capacity, microplastics can absorb toxic pollutants, that's a good thing, such as pesticides, heavy metals, and drug residues in high concentrations. This leads to a biological and chemical toxicity to organisms and ecosystems and humans after a prolonged unintended consumption of such microplastics. That means we're drinking, eating, and having plastic in our system because we've had so much of it with these microplastics. It's ridiculous. That probably is another reason we're having higher cancer rates, we're having issues with all these other things, but there's no proof of that. That's just my opinion. But microplastics are right there, and we are putting them in we have them in everything. So yes, having something to dissolve those, catch them, and get us able to heal ourselves without putting plastic in our body is essential. Moreover, microplastics are also difficult to remove in wastewater plants, resulting in undesired release into the environment. How the research technique works in more details, the researchers use bacteriisms. I don't know this word, so I'm going to highlight these two words for everybody, and you can guess what they mean. I'm going to call it photosynthesis, and even though that's not what it is, to capture microplastics in bioreactor. This species of bacteria is found in all environments and has previously been shown to colonize microplastics in environment. I'm back because I had the Wi-Fi all of a sudden was gone. I switched back over and it was gone. So guys, I apologize for that. I didn't even know my screen went away. My autocorrect, Jacqueline. Gracias, mi amoros. My autocorrect keeps trying to change me to English. You know what? I'm about to copy everything you guys are saying here and just start moving it into Google Translate, because the truth is, I don't know what you're saying. You guys could be making fun of me and everything like that. So have fun with making fun of me. Guys, tell me, what are you guys up to this weekend? Anybody have any major plans? Anybody doing anything crazy fun? Anybody going anywhere special? Because there's a lot of things that can happen this weekend. And I really am curious if anybody's doing anything special or doing anything for anybody. My weekend is going to be playing catch up. And I've been working a lot lately, and I have a million emails to catch up on and more. And Gavin is going to be here any second. He went to go get breakfast, and he said the line ended up taking longer than it was supposed to. So I apologize that he's not here, but he knows, and he is around the corner from me. So wait, Tokyo Bento, you're still locked down, but how is this lockdown? Are they making you not be able to go out? Are you stuck inside? How is where you guys are located treating you? Like, are you guys feeling the pains of every day? Are you guys feeling like you're locked down and your mental health has been hurt? I will say yesterday we got to watch the NFL draft and do a party here at Margaritaville in Cleveland. And while we were here, this is not a joke, they literally 3 different NFL teams have been their nonprofit for their choice was to a mental health organizations, and they talked about mental health and the essential need for more appearances and more like thriving for goodness in mental health. And then from there, we're literally like building towards a future, and that's what we're about here is staying into the now, staying into who we are, staying into being the best, but it's also knowing that mental health is essential. You can't get your best you if you start at the top and work your way down, just like a car. Start with your mental, then emotional, and then food, because your gut is going to be what helps your mental health. They need some Java delight. I need some Java. Now I'm delighted. So Tokyo says they're in their 3rd state of emergency. All major shopping centers are closed again, and they are told not to travel to other prefectures. So, wow. I have to be honest, I didn't know. Tokyo, do me a favor, tell me where you are, because you're from Japan in Hawaii, or are you in Hawaii from Japan? Either way, I'm excited to know, because Brett is in Arizona, and I read an article in Arizona yesterday about how the fact is that there are teachers and families who are protesting the mask, and they literally are saying they don't want the mask. They want the school board to get rid of the mask. They don't want their kids in masks, things like that. And I'm hearing you live in Tokyo, Japan. I just wanted to be safe. So I looked up Tokyo's numbers the other day, and it did not seem. Oh yeah, you're in Las Vegas. That's right. I did not see anything on Tokyo looking like they have that high of numbers, and I'm sorry, Brett. Las Vegas is in Nevada, not Arizona. You lived and graduated from high school in Hawaii. That's why you know so much about Hawaii. I always thought you just lived in Hawaii. I loved it. I'm going to picture you in Hawaii, but in Japan at the same time. In Tokyo, I have to know, like the cases are not as high as the U.S. I believe there are states in the United States that have higher cases than Tokyo does, and Tokyo has a lot more people. What has the lockdown been like? Have you been locked down to the point where you're not able to leave the house, or is your lockdown like? And then you have Jessica Dugas down in Alabama. Literally everything is open, and 50% of the people are wearing masks. My sister's down in Texas, and same exact way. Oh, perfect. Your sister's in Hawaii, still in Hawaii. That makes it perfect for us to be able to work with that. We have a reason to go to Hawaii and think you're from there. Jacob, thank you. School facility and students seem to be where it is hitting the worst here in the U.S. I couldn't imagine being in or working in schools during all of this time. And you know what? I think that's the perfect example of what's going on. If I was a teacher, if I was a parent, if I was anything, I have a niece. She's 9, and if my niece doesn't want to wear the mask in school, she's having a very hard time. Hi, Mandy. How are you? Good morning, Mandy Atterbury. Brian says hello to everybody. He's chiming in. But I agree. Can you imagine going into a school facility now? I can't imagine being a 9-year-old. I can't imagine being in high school. Imagine if this was your senior year of high school and you're going out and they're telling you, oh, you got to wear a mask the whole time. Oh, you're sitting in a classroom. Oh, you're going to be doing work, but you're not allowed to really conversate. And then when you go out in public, you're like the confusion that's going to be going through kids' heads. It's one of these things where I'm confused, so I can't imagine being a kid. I'm at a bar right now that's completely empty for the NFL draft. But the thing that's interesting, the onesies are going to be next week, Mandy. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I literally am going to do everybody who shares this episode of Java Delight over the weekend. I don't care if you share it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Bumble, Tinder. I don't care. Share it. Share it where people find positivity. But the thing is, I want you out there sharing it, and every person who shares this podcast, this episode, I'm going to put your name in on the board, and we're going to spin the board, and the winner gets to pick what onesie I wear, and they will be able to have fun, and I will wear onesies every day next week. By the way, every day next week, we're going to be giving away prizes. We're going to be doing something different every day. I have a personal trainer coming on that is going to not only be joining us, but he's going to work me out and Gavin out, and I will be in a onesie at that time. And from there, what we're going to be doing is turning around and giving away a free workout session for everybody. So if you have been wanting to get a personal trainer, make sure you share with your friends, your family, and everybody you know, because the truth is we're going to be giving away a free workout session. We're going to be giving away, oh my gosh, I did forget. Happy birthday, Mandy. Happy birthday, Mandy. Gavin just walked in and stared me down like I shouldn't be doing this. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Crystal. How are you, sweetie? Where's the onesies? And that's why. So make sure you guys share. The winner on the spinning of the wheel, they are going to be the ones that get to actually pick which onesie I wear. I'm going to have all of them ready and take pictures and post them on Sunday. So share, so that way we can get people to have fun with this. And I will wear that onesie the entire episode. Next thing I saw, we're trying to find a job right now. Even so at the end of college or starting college. No thanks. Crazy, but opens the mind to other opportunities. 100% agree, Jacob. My philosophy on that is that more and more people are going to be out there trying to find things, and the jobs are already low. During school, they're literally turning around and having it where you're graduating, and the degrees that are able to come out. Is that me? Machine Gun Kelly, if anybody likes rap. We just got coffee and breakfast from him, and we're truly grateful that he has a place down here. And let's just put it like this. Gavin's girl, Crystal, she pulled out her cute looks and said, hey, I want to meet Machine Gun Kelly, and that's what ended up happening. Sure it did. Hi.
Hey.
Guys, look who I found. Machine Gun Gavin.
No, don't start that.
So
I'm a fan of his, but don't start that.
That's funny. So Gavin Kerr, ladies and gentlemen, Eminem ended MGK. And honestly, Tokyo, I agree with you on that. But do you want to know the weird thing about it? Is as much as I want to agree with that, I also know that the next generation you look like Patrick Mahomes, and you have no idea who that is.
No idea who that is.
I just complimented the hell out of you.
Thanks.
Cheers. For real, like you walk around with a mask on and we put like 10 more pounds of weight on you, people are going to think you're Patrick Mahomes.
Oh.
He's the NFL MVP. He's a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's already won a Super Bowl, and he's like your age.
Should I take my piercings out then, put my mask and jacket back on, and walk around?
We see if we get autographs. I love it. Let's do it.
That'd be cool.
Look at that. Tokyo better jumps
Tokyo?
in. He's like, quarterback. He's right. It's the Cabinator.
You know what, Tokyo? I actually disagree with that statement, though. So here's what I think.
This is what I was saying.
Here's what I think. So as far as the battle itself went, I do think that Eminem had a much stronger rhyme scheme and rhythm to his song. I do think that MGK's was catchier, but that is not the meaning of a rap battle. It is to have better bars, which I do believe that Eminem had. However, I do not think that that's what ended his career. What I think ended his career in rap anyway, because he's extremely successful now anyway, so his career hasn't ended, it's just been changed, is one, he did an interview on a very, very popular rap radio show. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Can't remember the name of it. But he did an interview on there, and it was just kind of awkward. Like the questions they were asking, the way that he was answering them, it was a bit awkward and kind of strange. So I believe that was one of the things that really hurt him. And then also the rest of that album that came out, his last rap album that came out, there wasn't many songs that were received very well by audiences. So I think between the mixture of that interview and then how people responded to his last album, I believe that's what ended up.
I agree with Tokyo here.
With the battle
I
itself.
think he won the
I
rap
believe that
battle.
he did, yeah.
I think that Tokyo's right there. Now,
that being said, you need to respect the fact that it was a David and Goliath thing, and he shot up and he got a response.
We're going to talk about that then. If you want to pull that card, I'm going to play that card.
Yeah.
So David versus Goliath. But David didn't go start the war with Goliath.
I don't know the story. I'm just saying.
MGK started.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, correct me. But
I'm saying I don't know the story of David and Goliath, but I'm saying that was the contrast.
Touche.
And how high he was really punching up.
I will play that with you.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying.
And he got a response.
He did get a response.
Yeah.
MGK does have a following.
So does Nick Cannon. He got shit on everywhere for it.
That's because Nick Cannon decides to do like 50 million things.
Yeah.
He literally is like, oh, I'm going to run a TV show. Oh, here's America's Got Talent.
I'm also saying, so like,
let's
how
put
many
a mask
people
on and sing?
Saying how many people now though would be able to get a response out of him?
Out of
like,
Eminem?
Yeah. Like how many people now? Back in the day, you know, he would shoot off left and right, but he would also do it. And he'd do a couple people per song. How many people now would be able to get their own song to them?
To get Eminem to respond.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get as many, but I do think MGK has enough of a presence that it'd be like you putting a tweet out there, you're not going to get Eminem to respond.
Yeah.
But in 5 years, when your social media is like huge and you have your band and you're like the sex symbol for the Patrick Mahomes lookalike band, but when you have all of that, just don't talk about his daughter. 100%. I think that was the thing. When Machine Gun Kelly made fun of Eminem's daughter, and
he did an interview actually, and what was the thing? It wasn't so much that that's what he did, because he and Eminem actually didn't know about any of this until years later. That's why it took us so long to respond. But everybody like kept telling him and bugging him about it and stuff like that he said something about his daughter, and so he made a little comment about it on one of his songs, and then that prompted MGK to make the full diss track Rap Devil towards him, and then everybody kept saying, "Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And just kept bugging about it, and he's like, fuck, I gotta answer this guy now.
Oh, you used your F1 on that?
I did.
Wow.
I did, yeah.
Really
I used that quote just because I know I'm never going to use it.
You really don't. I kind of use your F-bomb more than you do.
Yeah.
All right. So I did my positive news article this morning. I read about the scientists who have now figured out how to make a microplastic that will actually help trap and remove plastics from all over the world.
Nice. Is that related to the plastic that I brought up last week, the biodegradable one that has enzymes in it that break down?
It's different. And this one's out of China. Yours was, I believe, out of Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is really cool. There's a lot of countries working on finding answers on this.
Well, it was in Australia, but they were working with people here in Harvard.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You have a couple different articles here.
Speaking of MGK, represent. Yeah. 27 Club, yo.
27 Club here in
Cleveland.
CLE. If anybody got a chance to watch the NFL draft yesterday, which I know most of our audience is not sports fans, but at the end of the day, it was a huge major event that was seen across the country. And truth be told, I think, Gavin, you would admit you had a great time.
I did, yeah. I'm not a sports person at all. I loved playing them. I got those rings or whatever that I accomplished. All those wins.
When Gavin was winning Super Bowls a couple years ago.
All that cool stuff. So I enjoyed playing. I was never one for watching. Never kept up with the stats or learned any of the players' names or anything like that.
It happens. And end of the day, you're here. You're gonna have fun today. We actually might have a few surprise guests. They were pretty drunk yesterday.
Yeah.
But we might. I let my personality out, apparently. And I actually am a horrible golfer, but I enjoy being on the golf course, Tokyo.
I like putt-putt. I think that's fun. I've never actually golfed before.
I love putt-putt too.
Hey, don't knock putt-putt. That's how you learn how to putt. How to putt, yeah. That's how you learn how to putt it.
I love putt-putt. It's where you learn how to putt. It's all in the hips. So we were in sync for a second there too. But today is the second round of the NFL draft here in Cleveland. There's about 200,000 people in town, and the restaurants are open. They're doing things. They have vaccinated areas and unvaccinated areas.
Well, you have to walk through the unvaccinated area to get to the vaccinated area.
We're just going to point that out and then change the subject. So the other thing is...
I'm just telling people who are vaccinated how to get to their vaccinated area. That's all I'm doing. I'm not making any comment about it. I'm just saying how to get
there. Out there to let you know the rules.
Yes.
Like, you have to walk through the unvaccinated. So walk through the lepers to be able to go be in your safe area. Okay?
The lepers.
It's what it's basically making you feel like. All right, I'm going to stop. So we were talking, Tokyo Bento was saying how he has got put back in the third stage lockdown. And we're talking about, right before you got here, we were talking about how the kids, like, trying to find the right job or even doing anything from college, being a kid in school today, and how different it is.
Yeah.
I think this is the greatest saying for a golfer: a drive for the show, a putt for the dough. I love that. I need to catch the replay to go what the hell is happening to my Pats. Your Pats fell apart. You lost your quarterback. You cheated for about 20 years with a coach that they took from the Browns. And I really feel bad that happened. But at the end of the day, I'm glad you guys have Belichick. He is an amazing coach. But for real, Tom Brady is the GOAT. And you guys had him, and now he's gone, and you guys deserve a few years of losing seasons. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean you guys have won enough that the rest of the NFL is, because logic, insert eye roll here. Okay, fine. So, Gavin, what are your thoughts with everything coming on with the pandemic? How would you feel graduating college right now? How, like, all of this stuff happening, all of these, right?
I mean, well, no, that was the face of me just at the thought of graduating college or going to college. That's what that face was about, yeah.
Heard.
Yeah. Well, I had an interest in going to college when I was in, like, middle school, and then for probably, like, the first year and a half of high school, and then I was like, oh, sitting in a classroom getting lectured for things that I could learn online, which I do now for free, is pretty awful. Like, in all honesty, I probably could go take a test for several different careers and pass them. Yeah,
and you would do a little research because everything is available on the internet.
Yeah, well, and I'm not saying that I'm this smart. I am. Well, for this specific scenario, I might be. I don't know.
Where are you going? Where do you think you're going, Miss Dugas? Tell her to stay.
Please stay.
Again, give her the look. Give her the Patrick Mahomes, Gavin Kerr look.
Won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all we need. Yeah, we were going we. That's all the words that I know to the song. So that's all you get. But we'd appreciate if you stay.
You lost me at Have a Great Day. You lost me. Yeah, I lost me.
But have you seen the movie Catch Me If You Can?
Oh, yeah, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. So his character's, that whole thing's based off a true story.
Correct.
And that scene where he asks him, hey, how did you cheat to pass the bar? And he says, I didn't. I studied for 2 weeks, and I passed it. That was true.
That's true.
That's absolutely true. And that was back then when they didn't have cell phones and technology like we do now. So I'm not sure if I could pass the bar. I'm very confident that if I really wanted to do something like that or similar to that I could study the hell out of it on my own time, go and take the test, and pass.
Actually, I think anybody can do that. I think school is broken down into helping you learn it and breaking down the heavier things that aren't as easy to read. Yeah. And I am saying school is a good thing. I want to make sure I state that.
Education is a great thing.
You cannot stop your mind from moving. You got to stop your mind. You got to have your mind go forwards and have a growth mindset. But the thing is, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not being mean if anybody disagrees, I do have what? First off, I sang with him. I acapelloed.
Thank you.
All right. He sounded good. I tried to make sure I toned down. Second off, don't be on my list. I'll take you out, Miss Dugas. Don't make me go after Mr. What's his name? What's her husband's name? My brain just shut down.
Phil?
Yeah, I wanted to say
Wow,
Patrick.
she's definitely staying for me now.
I wanted to say Patrick because I keep looking at you.
I like Brett's comments here. Every time I pass the bar, I get a beer. Like, I really want him to walk and just say that to somebody.
Look how everybody's answering what her husband's name is because my brain stopped.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fall asleep right now.
I just love the thought though of Brett being in like a college bar talking to an old buddy of his catching up, and then some like group of college kids who are studying for the bar just like pissing their pants, sweating about it, freaking out, hear that comment like, yeah, every time I pass the bar they give me a free beer, and they just look at him like, I hate you.
Right?
You're like,
you son of a bitch.
yeah.
So Gavin, tell everybody what you're up to this weekend. And tell them what you got at MGK's place, because that was a pretty cool place over there. You guys made friends with the management and everything already over there.
Yeah. I made friends with management. I made friends with the security guy there. So that's
tell them how we made friends with the security guard. That is a good story.
Yeah, we saw this mountain of a man walking through, and it's security on there. And we're looking, and we're like, how tall is he? How tall do you think he is? Because that's what guys do. When we see other tall men, we just try to guess how tall they are.
For real. Okay, so we had our other show with a very tall man, and he was 6'2", 6'3".
I think like 6'3", 6'4". He was.
I'll give you 6'4".
Yeah.
This guy was 6'8".
Yes.
6'8". Phil is my favorite. I forget his name just like I forgot my fiance's name and my ex-wife's name. You sometimes have to let go of things. And when you don't sleep for a few days...
Then why'd you let go of Phil?
I didn't mean to let go of Phil. I'm sorry, Phil.
But anyway, so we were trying to guess how tall he was.
And he is 6'8".
He was 6'8". That was my guess. I said 6'4".
He said 6'8". And Crystal goes, you going to ask him? And I walked right up to him and asked him. And I'm like, hey, just out of curiosity, how tall are you? And he goes, 6'8". And Gavin goes, I win. And he high-fives the guy and goes to walk away. And I go, where did you play basketball? And he went to a college I went to. So it was like we were able to connect with security right away. We had a lot of good things.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're all there, too, by the way.
They know we're coming back?
Yeah, almost all the same staff is there today, so.
Nice. We made some good friends there yesterday.
Yeah.
Jess, I will wear my Pats hoodie just for you. And Brian Tracy is now not a moderator. Remove. Just kidding. But you must forgive Brandon. He is a Browns fan. He know not what he does. Now, I play that card and I rebuttal with 25 years of crap to 25 years of winning. You were the best. We were the worst. And now we're here. That's it. That's all I got. He's not a Browns fan, so I have nobody to defend me.
No, I enjoy watching. Like, actually, the Browns are the only football team that I enjoy watching.
I like that.
I don't know. I think it's the culture that is surrounded by them, because the fans themselves are absolutely insane.
Oh my God!
And I have a lot of really great memories of watching Browns games. My the people who used to live next door to me, they were very big Browns fans. So every weekend they would have parties, and we would watch the football game together. And that was my weekly allowance, because I would always make bets with them against the Browns. And so that's how I always got some extra cash to go out to the movies and stuff like that.
Hold on, I got to censor this.
Yeah, right. But so I got a lot of great memories around watching football games of the Browns.
So Jessica Dugas says that she's going to tell Phil. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm going to send you a personal text message through Facebook.
Oh, the way you ended that sentence, I thought you were going to continue talking. She's going to tell Phil.
Like, no, I'm going to apologize to Phil. The guy who was drafted number 1 overall, he's 6'6". Brian Tracy says, Brandon likes my hugs too much to remove me as a mod. He's right. And you have a really cool bike now. He got a brand new bike.
I know, he showed me.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Did the Browns get I'm an IBM Blue football team fan. Ooh, so you like Michigan, huh? You're a Michigan fan. You and I, we're in the bar. Where? In the bar? Drunk? No, that was yesterday. We might have had a little too much to drink when Crystal and I are the only
two had.
Crystal and I are the only two drinking, and we drank, what, $200 worth of liquor yesterday?
Yeah.
We had a little bit of fun, and made friends, and I got Shy Crystal to start like not being as shy. We went outside and there was a huge puddle. She was spinning and dancing and singing to singing to people in, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time with her.
I made sure that nobody got hurt and everybody got home safe.
I'm seriously waiting for someone to say my team is awesome without talking ish about the Pats. You know what? I have to admit, the only reason people talk ish about the Pats is because of the years of winning. And
what is ish?
Shit.
Oh, okay.
Like talking crap. And I'm not even saying anything like, honestly, Jessica, I liked the Patriots when they first started winning. And then when they kept winning, it became where I just wanted to see other teams. I'm not trying to insult your team. I will be able to say go Pats.
That's fair.
But I am a Browns fan, and this is the first time in 25 years we get to actually be excited about something.
I understand that.
We're not the number one
like
pick in the draft for once. Like, we're not, you know?
I would get like that with like poker. Like if I saw one guy at the table just winning and wing, I'm like, God, I really hope that you go all in against an underdog, just trying to just wipe him out, and he just takes all of your money.
So Jessica, Sherry McQueen, I'm not a Michigan fan, but at the end of the day, I want them to be good. I want Michigan to be good. I do. And let's see this comment. You ready? I'm wearing my jersey on Tuesday. So when Jessica comes, she's going to challenge me by wearing her jersey. Gavin, I have 9 different Browns jerseys. They're from all different players. I have Hall of Famers and everything. Would you want to wear a Browns jersey with me that day just to rebuttal her?
I mean, if you give me a Browns jersey to wear for the day, I'll wear a Browns jersey for the day. That's fine.
And then Tokyo Beno is all about his it's called the X League, and it is a Japanese corporate football team. I have to be honest, I want to watch a game. Like, I'm dead serious. I'd like to see.
Do they
this.
play the same as American football?
I don't know, but in my head, I'm picturing American football pads. But then, have you seen that game where there's like the big pole in the middle and everybody's running and they're tackling each other trying to get to the top, and one team's like in green?
You know what? I have seen that. That game looks brutal and like so much fun.
I'm picturing that as their football game. Like, they have the helmets on us.
Where's the ball?
At the top of the thing. You have to get it down, and score a touchdown. Where's the touchdown?
Wouldn't it just fall, though, if you're shaking the pole?
It's attached with, like, Velcro or something.
Okay.
Like, it has to be up there, and that's why you got to climb up, and they're protecting it. It's like blocking the end zone.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. See? He said it. I'm right. It's exactly the same as what I'm saying.
They call it American football.
Okay, so I'm not exactly right.
Yeah, you're completely off.
All right, wait. Jessica's talking to me still. I thought she was leaving and telling on me to Phil. But here's the thing. Why do people get mad? I agree. We had this yesterday. Why do people get mad? Like when I play Name That Tune on TikTok, there are people that stop coming when others win every answer. People are sore losers. People don't like to feel like they can't ever win. And when somebody wins a lot, people start to think it's favoritism. Just like, and I'm not saying that you're Tom Brady and all that were doing anything, but Deflategate didn't happen for no reason. She's gonna hate me on that one. She's gonna.
So the reason why I get frustrated if I see one dude just like winning and like poker, it depends how they win.
Okay,
and that's why it's specifically that's why it's specifically with poker that it frustrates me, because nobody wins poker gracefully.
No, but it's meant to be a sport, and I say it because it really is. Because you have to have strategy, you have to have plan, you have to know. Like, if I'm gonna raise you, I have to make you think I'm confused on my hand, even if I know I'm gonna win. I can't look like I'm gonna win. Yeah,
no, absolutely. But like, have you ever seen somebody win a whole bunch of money and gracefully accept that?
No, but you tell me you're going to go from being Gavin Kerr, 21-year-old Cleveland, Ohio musician. You go and play. Oh, no, you didn't. Look, I don't think he actually cheated. I think the NFL was getting back at him. And I really want to say this before Jessica writes something. And there's Jessica. I really am a fan of the New England Patriots. I'm a fan of football. I like I like good football. Winning is just. Why do winners also make fun of the losers so much? Like, it could go both ways. When you're losing, you feel completely like crap, and you want to be able to break from that. But when you're winning, you feel completely on top of it, and you make fun of the losers.
You know what feels better than winning, though? Losing and then winning.
Losing and then winning.
Yeah.
I've got to watch one from yesterday. Oh, I thought she was talking. I'm sorry, Jess. At the end of the day, though, it is football is a way of communicating. It is a way of talking crap to each other. It is a way of influencing one another. Even yesterday, me and Gavin and I were walking, Crystal too, around Cleveland, and a Browns group of guys were there, and they had a Steelers guy.
Yeah.
And we just started up a conversation. And what was his thing? He was ready for us to make fun of him being a Steelers fan because the Browns have a better team this year.
Yeah.
Yes. And I say that to say he looked at me like I was going to make fun of him, and I didn't. Yeah. I said, I hope you guys have a good team because at the end of the day, it makes better football.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and goes, real fan. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what it's supposed to be all around because there's so many people that, like, the minute their team wins, they turn into these buttheads. And I say that as an Ohio State fan, which is known to be the worst fan base in all sports other than the Yankees.
Yeah.
And I'm dead serious with that, too. Yankees are known for being mean fans.
Yeah.
But, like, at the end, Steelers is the number 4 on that list I sent you. You know what? Where are the Browns on your list? What do I need to get you to come up to Cleveland? Bring all 37.
What is this list?
She has. I don't know what list she's talking about, but I'm going to pretend I do. So,
well, she sent it to you apparently.
I have to remember what it is, and right now I can't even remember her husband's name. So how am I going to remember that list? So I'm going to just leave it there. But Steelers are number 4 on that list. I want to get Jessica Dugas to Cleveland. I'm going to take her to a breakfast joint, and we're going to take her out to eat. I don't know if I can afford.
So we're going to take her to a breakfast and we're going to take her out to eat?
Well, the breakfast is eating.
Okay. The way you said that just made me sound like we're going to get breakfast and then we're going to go eat.
No, we're just going to meet. I met the whole team back in '96. They came to my high school. That was even before Brady. You know what? Boom. Drop the mic on that, Jess. I have nothing I can debate with that. If you're from the city, if you follow it like that, I'm 100% for that. I love it. Oh, we have another one. Lauren Ashley Rufino. It is wonderful to see you this morning. Thank you for joining us, Miss Lauren. I'm wondering if it blocked on here because I haven't seen any list on here. I'm sorry, Jess. Our family every year has a party for Michigan versus Michigan State game. A house divided that day. LOL. All good fun and great memories. 100%. Yes. Some of the greatest memories I have are going to games. Yep. Have you ever been to a college football game? Because they have more seats in college football stadiums than professionals.
So I've been to 2 professional sports games in general my whole life. Actually, I went to I think an Indians game when I was younger.
Like the Cleveland Indians baseball.
Yeah.
Got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, went there when I was younger with my uncle, I believe. And then in Arizona, I went to a Diamondbacks game. And I actually...
I love the Diamondbacks.
Their
stadium's beautiful.
I stole their ball.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I stole their ball. Well, they kept hitting... for whatever reason, they kept hitting it left field out of bounds. And we were, right down there. And they just weren't throwing it to me, and I was getting frustrated.
So it was practice stuff. It wasn't like a real game, or did you reach out on the field during a game and a ground ball's come by and you're just like, whoop?
No, I jumped down into the thing.
And you didn't get kicked out?
No, I didn't. I was probably 13 years old at the time.
So you're just enough of a kid they're gonna think you're.
Yeah.
So and that's not me insulting you. It's just me.
No, absolutely.
That's literally what they say.
I jumped down and I got the ball. There should be a picture on my Facebook actually.
I'm not searching through all of Facebook. Facebook takes my bandwidth right now.
Okay, you're good.
We can do it later, but right this second, no.
Well, if people want to go on my personal Facebook and look through my picture, should be a picture of me in a very, very large T-shirt holding a baseball. But I jumped down, I grabbed the ball, and then I climbed back up into the stands and got into my seat, and security came down and yelled at me. They didn't take the ball, though. I still have it somewhere in my house.
They're not going to take the ball. You get to keep the foul balls and stuff like that. Yeah. So what would you say has been – forget baseball.
Yeah.
Okay? You can use it if you want, but what would be a great moment? Have you ever been to a concert and the drummer throws the sticks out and you're the guy that catches them? Have you ever been to a football game? And what I mean by a football game is like a college one, and they miss the field goal and it goes wide left and you're the one that catches it. There's crazy amounts of things that happen in sports.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. So when I was probably again, 13, 14 years old. I was a very small kid. when I was growing up. I was very small. I went to a show here locally. Guarding my ball. Oh, that's okay, Brett.
I just couldn't resist showing you that one. Sorry, go ahead.
But I was at a concert with my stepfather and my neighbor and my little brother and my neighbor's kid. We were seeing Crypt Kicker and Curse of Sorrow, which were two like big Cleveland local bands. Yeah,
I know those names.
Yes, I was watching both those. Curse of Sorrow was playing on one of the stages at this bar, and I'm up there at the stage. I'm headbanging. I'm slamming my fists on the stage. I'm just going crazy. And the lead singer came over and he grabbed my hand and he pulled me up on stage with them. And I'm running around, checking stuff out, headbanging, jumping. The crowds are yelling, "Jump, jump!" And so I ran and I did a stage dive. Yeah, and they ended up finding me after the show and giving me a free T-shirt. I still have it to this day. I think I made it a crop top actually because it's too small for me.
That's still awesome.
Yeah. But that was a pretty awesome experience.
I've caught a drumstick. Somebody threw their guitar pick out, and everybody reached for it and hit it. And it went to the ground and nobody could find it. And I was cleaning up afterwards because I was like working the event security, and I found the guitar pick, so I got it. But it's like little things like that. I've never had anything crazy. I told you yesterday about me taking a picture of Justin Timberlake and him pointing right at my camera.
Yeah.
That was just pure luck. I'll have to dig that picture up. It's on my Instagram, but I'll dig it up and show you. That'll be Monday. So we do have a deal Monday.
Okay.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I've announced this, and you're a part of it, just so you know.
All right.
On Monday, everybody throughout the weekend, they have to share this episode.
Yes.
Okay? All weekend, people are going to share it. I'm going to take a picture of all my onesies. Everybody who shares, we're going to re-put their name into the circle, and they get to pick what onesie I wear for that episode when we start Monday's episode.
I like that.
All right?
Yeah.
So what are you willing to give as another thing to spin that they can do? Anything you want. They pick what you wear too? Or do you want to have them pick something different? Do you want to write them a song and invite them to be on your one note at a time? Or I'm sorry, that's not the right thing.
Between the notes.
One note at a time.
I have plenty of writing to do right now, as it is, in all honesty. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Like, I think that you think about that. Before the end of the show, I want to hear your things. So I'm going to publicize this again. I want everybody sharing this one. We have an amazing interview coming on today. Gavin and I have had a fun, good start to the morning. We've got a lot of people tuning in. Sherry, my brother-in-law, is a diehard Go Blue fan.
I had dyslexia, and I thought that said diarrhea.
I have to be honest. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That is awesome, Tokyo, or Sherry McQueen says. At the end of the day, we have a lot of good things happening. And
yes.
Do you know anything about our guest today?
I do not.
So his name is Jacob Craig. He's a researcher, writer on inspiring leaders in various spaces, including health, fitness, motivation, and success. At the core, he is an author in the self-improvement space and has studied various inspiring leaders, including Mike Matthews, Ben Greenfield, Kelly Stewart, as I hiccup, Joko Willenick. Oh my gosh, my brain.
Willink?
Shut up. You just thought the other one said dyslexia, or said diarrhea with dyslexia. Eric Thomas and more the past few years. His first book, Inspiring Leaders in Health and Fitness, released on March 30th, 2021. We shared the link earlier. I'll share it again. His personal blog is the12paths.com. I recommend you guys take a look at that. Don't worry, I will share it here too. And then he has his website, Inspiring Leaders Collective, that I think everybody needs to go to. I will grab that link and share all of these today. I am super excited for this. Jake, I hope you're doing well, my man. I'm looking at you in the chat. If you give me a thumbs up, I'm ready to bring you in, my man. I have another link that has all the social as well and my book. Send that in this private chat, and when I bring you in, I'll make that the first thing I share so everybody can go follow, subscribe, like, and love you.
And then he gave a thumbs up as well.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely proud to let Gavin introduce our one and only guest of the day, Mr. Do you remember his name?
Jake.
Jake what?
Jake Craig.
Jake Craig. Good job, buddy. Good job. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Craig.
Love that intro, guys. What
an amateur? Hi, how you doing, Jake?
I'm doing great, guys. I love that intro. I love the transition there. Man, you guys have a awesome show here. I appreciate the opportunity. And yeah, man, I feel like I know you guys already. I was watching, I think it was your interview with Pat Cohen this morning, and I was just getting amped up. I love it. I love it. You guys
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you guys do a great thing. I love the community that you guys are building, and just the way you go about this. You guys are, way ahead of the crowd of the podcasters. There's so many podcasters out there, but the way that you do it and get people in through live streams and build a community through it, it's amazing. And it's, it's how things are going to progress. And it's, so you guys are doing a great thing. I love the vibes that you send. I love the topics you cover. So we're very in sync with what I do and what you guys do. And I love being on here today.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate having you on here. Like we're just very grateful for the guests in the audience that we've been able to accumulate over this time. It's been a lot of fun and a hell of a journey for sure.
It's newer. Like this is we started this to be inspirational, be positive in the morning, and make sure people know that first domino of your day on choices. When you choose us, we want to make sure you're going to get through your day with positivity. We know how difficult life can be. We know the pains you're going to go through. But when that first domino falls, if it's a positive direction, your whole day can be positive. So that's all we're trying to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have my own live stream too. I try to do the same exact thing, just start people off with, a good way to start the day. And I'm all about self-improvement, trying to make yourself better. And, the people tuning in right now care about that too. So I'd love to, get into it, talk to you guys about what I do, and keep these positive vibes flowing.
I love it. I love it. So now you are a writer.
Yep.
You have written 2 books. Is that correct?
Nope. Just the one. I just published my first one exactly a month ago today. So
that's right. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. That is what you said. So I was trying to remember, and my notes aren't in front of me like they usually are. I'm sharing your website right now for everybody, and you were going to share over a link of all your social I can share when you get a chance. Tell me about what inspired you to want to actually get others excited and inspired to want to be out doing these things. Why the positivity? Why going out there and doing this with people?
So, I've always kind of had like a entrepreneurship type of mindset, but I got so into trying to develop myself that I found all these resources in health, fitness, motivation, success, the whole self-improvement space. It's really developing, and it's amazing learning from people. There's so many people out there that are just trying to give value to people, and that's what it's all about. So I'm never going to get tired of learning about these people, and there's always more to learn. So as I'm learning and developing myself and learning things myself, I figured why not share it with people and hope that they get the same value out of it that I do. So as my normal day job, I am a construction manager / engineer. But I got to a point where I wasn't happy with myself when it came to, my weight. I realized I needed to pay more attention to my health and fitness. So I decided, you know what? I was following somebody, Jocko Willink, who you mentioned, who is a motivational person, and Eric Thomas as well. But they turned me down the path of health and fitness, and realizing the best way to do it is look at what the experts have to share. Obviously, if they have programs that helped hundreds of thousands of people, then their stuff works. And I just want to, learn not only their program, but their background, make sure they're, legitimate and not just selling. They give so much free information out there, and they're really just out there to help, like I said, as many people as possible. And so that's really what got me into it. And like you said, my main way of doing that is through my writing. So this is my first book, and this is like I said, just came out a month ago, and it covers 6 people in health and fitness, 6 experts, from physical therapists to strength and conditioning to nutritionists, and so it delves into their backgrounds and all the tips and tricks you can learn from each of them. And so that's the basis of what I do.
I love that. I could tell in your story too. I like how you also kind of went back and explained why and like how you got into it in a little more detail, because I feel like with everybody, eventually there's a switch that is flipped inside of us that says, you know what, I want to study. I don't know what, I don't know how, but I want to study. And then it turns into you just study everything all the time. And then it turns into you studying how to eat better, how to exercise properly. And you start, for whatever reason, you start really caring about things that you never had any interest at all before in your life. Or maybe you did have interest, but you never had any drive to actually do it. I've noticed a lot with people, especially during COVID, that it's forced them to flip that switch and completely change their lifestyle around.
That's actually where I was going to go. I was going to ask, was it the lockdown that got you to be like, you know what? I'm stuck at home. I'm going to get into something new. Or have you been working on this for a while now and it just happened to come out right at the end of COVID and you're being an inspiration?
Yeah, no, it just happened. I was actually working on this book. This book took me 2 years of writing, developing. I was hoping that would only take one, and maybe that would have even worked better because it would have released right when COVID hit. I don't want to, say that I want to take advantage of a horrible situation. But, it did not work like that at all. I simply it's how it is. And it's definitely a great time for content creators and things like that. And, people to get out there and start thinking of other ways and, realizing that maybe one source of income isn't the best. And I don't want to start talking about entrepreneurship, income, all that stuff. I really make haven't made a profit off of what I'm doing. I'm simply just trying to share positive information and influence others in a positive manner. So, like I said, if people can get value from what I share, the same value that I got from those leaders that I studied, that's at the core what it's all about. So what really, got me going, what drove me, I guess, was I think coming out of college, coming out of school, I realized I work 40 hours a week, and then what am I doing with the other hours? I just wanted to stay busy. I wanted to keep, working on myself. And then, I just had this thought where I could start maybe helping other people. And that's really just what sparked it. And no, it's an amazing thing. And it just keeps developing and things that I'm working on. Like I said, I have the daily live stream now and other things I'm doing too. So it's really, like I said, developing and enjoying the process. So.
Absolutely. It's amazing how much time we really have in a day that people don't realize just because they don't know how to schedule things. They don't know how to prioritize. Like, that was one of the first things I recognized when I graduated high school, was that I never went to college, but when I graduated high school, I recognized, wow, you know what? I'm still working full time, but now I have all the time in the world to do all these different things.
Yeah, and I think the key thing is so many people are so distracted by the media and what's going on nowadays, especially now. They're so stressed out and worried about, their friends and everything. They want to get caught up with what's in the news and politics, yada, yada, yada. They don't sit down, think to themselves about how they can make themselves better, and that we're all, able to improve ourselves, no matter where we're at. Nobody's perfect. And that's, the main big thing that I've learned from studying all these leaders is they've done so much work to help others, but it doesn't matter how big they get. What it comes down to is just trying to help people. And even it's just, one person being able to reach out and help one person, and they keep working and working and working. They don't get to a point and they're just happy where they are. And they're, like I said, nobody's perfect. No matter where you're at, it's never too late to get started. And it's just, it's an amazing space. And like I said, if you just take the time to simply journal every day and realize what's going through your mind, that helps you become a free thinker and realize what you actually think on things, and not just what your friends are saying, what the media is saying, and all of that. So.
When do you find your time to journal? Are you a first thing in the morning, or you keep a piece of paper with you and you write it as your mind goes? Are you right before bed, get it all out and make yourself a checklist? Because I'm a checklist guy. End of the day, piece of paper, my whole checklist gets written out for the next day. Don't know why they all start with beat up Gavin. Just does.
Never get that one done.
I have never gotten that one.
Oh my God. Too funny. So when I came out of school, I think, I was really into reading and writing when I was younger. And then once I got out of school again, I think it's because I had more time and I realized, I want to figure things out for myself. And, so I started journaling again, started writing, started reading again. And so I would come home from school really whenever I could find the time to do it. I was writing down how things are going. I was, at a point where a lot of things were changing. I was going from school to, starting my full-time, career. And so a lot of things were going on. And like I said, I wasn't happy with my health and fitness at the time. So there's a lot of things that I had to figure out for myself. So I would journal regularly every day. And now, I don't personally today really do that. I would say my journal for the day is my reflection that I do in the morning. So when I wake up, I do my morning routine, and that's what I live stream now. So before I was
Nice.
following a book called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Have you guys heard of that?
Great book.
Yes.
Yes. Yep, exactly. So 360, if people haven't heard of it who are listening, 365 days of Stoic philosophers and their quotes, and then reflecting on those quotes. Just an awesome way to start the day, have some guided reflection. And so I decided to take a spin on that. So with my morning routine, my live stream now, I do it same way you guys are doing, or similar. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook at the same time. And Facebook is my main page, so comments and everything come through there. But yeah, so I grab a quote from anywhere. It could be from a book I'm currently reading or a book I've past read, or it could be just a quote I find online that connects with me that morning. That's a topic that I want to discuss and bring to people and let them tell me their perspectives on it. And so we reflect together and talk to each other to say good morning. It's just like a half-hour stream each morning. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've reached, yesterday was my number 100 episodes.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, it's been a great journey of meeting people. And it's, like I said, very similar to what you guys do, just the positive vibes, trying to help people start their day. And I totally, can connect with you guys. Like I said, it feels like I already know you guys. It's awesome what you guys do.
I love what you're doing. I get up very early, Eastern time zone as well.
Yep.
But what the funny thing is I think what you're doing is phenomenal because people need that motivation. They need that little bit of a twist first thing in the morning. They don't realize that reading something that was from a leader in those positions that is meant to be words chosen to inspire can literally help you get not only out of bed, but sometimes it's that push to keep you going to what you need to do. It's that push to get you to that next step. I 100% think that's a cool thing. And we have things like every now and then we'll read like positive, like the power of purpose and stuff. But like what you're doing, I think is great. Make sure I get your information for the socials so I can share that to everybody and have the mods share it as well. And that way we make sure we get that out because this episode we're on Monday. I don't know if you've been hearing, I'm going to be wearing onesies. We're going to have everybody share and I want people to be inspired. So if you want to play, share this again. I know you shared it yesterday. And tell everybody that they have to watch on Monday because the winners are going to be able to get a chance to pick what onesie Gavin and I wear. Yeah, I decided for Gavin. He's going to wear a onesie too.
We're going to figure out something for me, but we hadn't thought of anything in the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's going to be he's wearing one of my other onesies.
I love how you guys bring up positivity and how onesies bring the positivity. When I heard you doing a giveaway of a personal training experience as well, but the onesies are the positive.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What was that thing that broke the camel's back for you? That straw that got you to go, all right, I am done being Jake the sleeper in. I'm done being Jake that doesn't meet my potential. I'm done being the Jake that I don't want to be. What was that first step you took? Was it diet? Was it exercise? Was it prayer, meditation, whatever it may be? What was that first step?
For me, it's hold on. I'm distracted at the moment. I will get to your question just in 1 second. I'm trying to send that link to you because I know you've asked for it a few times. So I just want to send that to you in the Facebook chat.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right, so there's that. So yeah, that's my link tree. So you'll find my book link, you'll find my website link, you'll find my blog, you'll find all the things. I have my newsletter you can sign up for if you want to get emails from me, and updates from me there, or you can just go to my Facebook page and follow me there. Whatever's easy, and those are all my links. Yeah. So the straw that broke the camel's back. Like I said, to me, it's really just the people that I was able to find and study and get motivation from that really started me down this path. People like Eric Thomas and Jocko Willink, listening to their podcasts and what they have to say. And like I said, just the fact that they're out there giving free information to people to help bring value to their lives, and they're able to do that. And it's just an amazing thing that's really emerging through live streams, through podcasts and things like that. So it's an amazing space, and to be a part of that space, we're definitely lucky to have the opportunities to have these platforms to be able to reach these people and get to know more people and make an impact.
I love that. What would you say? And then I know you have the next question, Gavin. I'm sorry, I'm taking.
No, you're good.
What would you say would be the hardest thing you've had to do through all of this? Meaning, all the things that you have to change, all the stuff you had to get rid of in the junk in your life. What has been the hardest thing? And then how did you make sure you got through it?
The toughest thing is always, and the most important thing, it's consistency. You got to stay consistent with, as much as you possibly can. I mean, my goals are changing. I reassess my goals once a year, and I, write down what goals I want to reach for that year, and assess it as I'm going through. And that's another thing I do with my daily routine is once I'm off going live, I read my goals to myself so that they're in my mind every day, and I'm always progressing towards one or two of my goals. And so being consistent, that helps me be consistent, stay focused on what's most important to me. So whether it's, writing or working out or things like that, it's never easy to get yourself in the gym, but once you get in there, you start doing it, it makes it a lot easier. And, staying focused on what's most important is crucial.
Yeah.
So.
Most definitely. And consistency is, like you said, it's a very huge thing. I knew that you were going to say that when he asked the question, just because that's something that I struggle with, falling on and off the horse is the consistency. And that's where all the rewards come from. Horse.
Oh, God, I heard you wrong.
Horse.
I love how you knew right away.
Yeah.
Like, what did he not
He did it to me yesterday. That's why I was setting him up. I'm like, oh, yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted you, buddy. Go ahead.
It's like consistency. So how long, because I'm sure I know that you, just like everybody else, has a lot of things that you still want to get done, that you still want to improve on. You have all your goals. How long has it taken you to get where you are now?
I mean, we're all constantly work in progress. So, I mean, it really fluctuates how much work I get done on my personal projects each week. Obviously, like I said, the morning routine is something I do each and every morning. But when it comes to writing and researching and things like that, it's constantly changing what I'm doing because, like I said, my first book just released a month ago. So now I have to, worry about marketing as well as starting to research and write my next one. So it's, like I said, it's constantly changing, aligning to what my goals are currently. But yeah, those are, my big things now are focusing on the next book and focusing on, marketing this book as well and trying to get the word out there. But it's awesome, being able to do this and meet you guys through this opportunity. And I can't say thank you enough for just having me on here. And I think you guys are over in Cleveland, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where are you located?
I'm in Rochester, New York, so really not that far away.
Okay.
So we are going to get on the road one day and literally come have breakfast with you. We're going to drive down to Alabama and have breakfast with Jessica Dugas. She's the Breakthrough Show. She's all about positivity as well. Her show is all about finding your inner breakthrough. And so, yeah, we're going to come see you for breakfast. I hope you're ready. You're going to work Gavin out. I'll work out, but when I die on the side of the road, just leave me there. I've lived a good life. So let me all right. So wait, you're in Rochester, New York. I got a question. Do you watch football?
I do, and you guys have brought up the draft a good amount today. I personally,
We're at the draft right now, actually.
You're at the draft.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Wild. Wild.
We're in Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville doing our show as our morning show, and then the draft is literally going. We're in the center of all of what's happening around the city right now.
Yeah.
And did this because we wanted to give people a chance to. If you're gonna light a fire inside people, we need to be in the center of it and showing that positivity so we can. But I will digress because I talk way too much.
Very cool. Yeah. No, I recognized Patrick Mahomes right away today. I did.
Right? Like, I was honored he came on. Like, you do, bro.
It's great to be here, guys. Thank you for having me on the show. Yeah.
I'm literally going to be tweeting this later. I'm like, guys, I was so honored. I got to meet Patrick Mahomes today. I didn't know I was running shows with him. No, we did not sleep here
overnight.
overnight.
You could be promoting your show through Patrick Mahomes.
Right?
We thought about that. I thought about taking my piercings out and just putting a mask on. And I have a really thick leather jacket, and I got some muscle, but it definitely adds on like an inch or two to me. So just thought about walking around as Patrick, see if I can get some autographs signed out.
Yeah, he's signing the autographs, not get autographs.
Yeah.
He's going to walk around and see if people ask him for it. We need to get you like one Kansas City Chief mask.
Oh, I'm sure we could find one.
I'm sure you can.
Absolutely.
And then you sign your own name, and they're like, "What? What is Delight?
Who's Gavin Kerr?
What is Java Delight?"
Just give him the link to the show.
Yeah,
That's
there you
easy.
go.
Go subscribe. You can follow Patrick here.
Oh, my God.
That's funny.
But I just want to say too, with just before we get any further, if anybody in the chat has questions, I'm totally open. Like I said, I'm used to the live stream feel type thing, so I'd love to get to know you guys. And if you have questions for me on goal setting or confidence, anything that comes up to mind, feel free to ask.
So goal setting. When you're setting a goal, do you? I should ask this. Do you include your team? Do you include your family, meaning like your wife? I don't know if you're married. I'm using that as an example. And my other thing with setting goals is, do you do it weekly, monthly, 3 months, 5 years, 1 year? How do you set your goals, and what would be the way for somebody to start so they feel like they're winning and accomplishing their goals?
Absolutely. So yes, I'm not married, but I've had a girlfriend for 6 years now. We have this awesome house together that you see now. We also have my
congratulations.
Dog, that little black spot right there is Oliver. Hey, Ollie, you want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? I can't get him.
Oh, don't tempt him with that, right?
He's like, I see right through you, man. I don't care.
You have the headset on, Dad. I'm not going anywhere. I know this trick.
We're not going for a walk.
Yeah, I'm lucky he hasn't howled or anything. He's good about staying asleep. But anyways, so yeah, I'm always constantly thinking, goals when it comes to, it's not all about my personal projects. You have to think about relationships, your career, and just, have that in your mind of where you want to be in 5 or 10 years. And, the big picture of things obviously is very important. And, if you want to make an impact, how you want to make an impact, if it's really more towards, your family, being able to give back to your parents for all that they've provided you. That's one of my big inspirations is, I'd love to be able to help them eventually the way they supported me when I was young. And no, they're a huge inspiration for me. And to, be able to help my girlfriend, and obviously not living paycheck to paycheck and, things like that are things that, drive me. And, it's also just what I'm doing, and being able to connect with people and motivate them to start their own self-improvement journey is huge as well. So that's for me. Everybody's journey is different. What you want to do, the impact you want to make, that's what should be in your mind when you're doing your goals. Now, I do my assessment annually, and I choose, so I'll go over, it's Warren Buffett's 2-list method. And I actually derived this from Mike Matthews, who's a health and fitness expert that I wrote about in my first book. Now, health, fitness, motivation, success, they all come hand in hand. That's another huge thing that I learned while doing this, because obviously if you're going to get somebody to adhere to a fitness program, you need to get them motivated to, really get them to realize that this is something that can work for me. And so they'll stay consistent and adhere to the program. Same thing for diet, exercise. You really need to, dig into motivation as well. So let me go through this 2-list method. It's very simple, very easy. Now, all it is you think of 25 goals. So your first list is 25. Now, you might be thinking 25, that's ridiculous. It takes some time, but that's the biggest part of it is, it's important to figure out what's most important to you. So write down 25 goals. Think of all the areas of your life, and it doesn't have to be, a certain number per category or whatever, but think about your relationships, your education, your lifestyle, your career, and your health and fitness. Now, those are the 5 categories that Mike Matthews brings to the table. And like I said, it doesn't have to be 5 from each category, but just think of 25 goals for yourself. So that for me takes a couple hours. That's the biggest bulk of time, but this is crucial to figure out, like I said, what's most important to you. The second list is simply find the 5 goals that are most important to you and what you want to reach, because you can't focus on too many things that you're never going to get there. So the way Mike Matthews puts it is you only have so many burners on the stove. You can't be trying to use 2 stoves and have 10 burners going at the same time. You're going to burn something, or, you'll totally miss an ingredient. You'll, lap on things and you won't get anywhere because you're so, and that's where most people are. They've never sat down and actually done this and figured out what they want. And it's important to have your goals in mind. And so you choose your 5 biggest goals, and a couple tips that I have for that too are always start with I will. So you're already starting with that mindset that you're going to do it. You're not, thinking about how large of how difficult it's going to be, the challenges you're going to come across. So you're just, saying I'm going to get there, and slowly you figure out how you're going to do it. And if it's on your mind every day, you start to build the path to get there. And so that's really the gist of it. So you have those 5 goals, and then some of them change during the year. Like some, I'll assess where I'm at 3-4 months in and realize, I need to make an adjustment. Maybe I already reached that goal. Maybe I'm so far behind that I need to make it more attainable. Maybe I need to trash it because it's not really, I think something else is more important right now, and I want to pursue that. You never know what life is going to hit with you. So that's my main way that I choose my goals. Again, that's Warren Buffett's 2-list method. That's taken from Mike Matthews' book, The Little Black Book of Workout Motivation, which goes far beyond workout motivation, just inspiration in general. Just a great guy with some great tips.
I love that. I love all
Absolutely.
of that. That was a great answer.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
no,
Gavin. I'm sorry. I'll let you.
No, you're good. You're good. We
house too now.
we have a question from the audience here, and this actually goes. We have a few here, and this actually I want to add on to this question as well, because it was a question that I had. What is a great way to boost your self-esteem? And on top of that, especially if you have friends or loved ones or family members who also clearly, whether it's passive aggressively or very bluntly, don't believe in what you're trying to do.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
good question,
yeah.
buddy.
I mean, if somebody doesn't agree with what I'm trying to do, I can't really, do anything about that. I simply just ignore it. It's difficult to. I'm not going to try and persuade somebody and try to sell them on what I'm doing. I'm not trying to sell anything. If you simply jump in my stream, you find value, you find inspiration from that. That's what it's all about. It's all about being able to share that positivity and being able to help people if they have questions like this. So I love this question. Thank you so much for asking. Now, self-esteem, when it comes to confidence and self-esteem, Sherry, I think I have something that I call you have to put in the reps to build confidence in something. So that R is reflection, and we already talked about It could be journaling. It could be talking to a friend about something going on in your life. It could be talking to a therapist. Now, there's nothing wrong with seeking help if you need help. And, I think we all could gain value from talking to anybody about what's going on in our lives. And the big thing about that is being able to reflect, assess where you are. And like I said, that really helps build your confidence and your self-esteem. So there's the R. The E is education, being able to find books or podcasts or things like that that give you the tools to reach your goals. Now, that's huge in building confidence. You need to have the knowledge. And then the biggest thing is the P, so practice. You have to take that education. It doesn't matter how many books you read. You could read 300 books a year, but if you're not using that education and putting it to practice, there's no use of it. So that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest way you're going to build confidence, is by doing something. If you want to be a confident speaker, I can tell you the best way to do that, best things that have helped me are clubs like Toastmasters, getting yourself out there, helping, they all are there to help you. Basically, it's a club that works together where you do professional speaking and things like that.
Really quick, sorry to interrupt you. What is Toastmasters?
That's what he's explaining. I told him, I go, do you know what it is? And he goes, no, what is it? And I go, ask him. And then right away you said it. So, no, I'm sorry. I've done Toastmasters as well. So awesome. The fact that you're saying that, honestly, it is a wonderful program. Tell Gavin about it so I don't have to talk.
Amazing. So it's an organization that's international now. They're huge. If you look in any area, you'll have, I think I have 3 within 30 minutes from me in upstate New York, which is crazy. And I went to 2 of them, and I got to know the different clubs, and they were both just amazing, filled with amazing people who just want to help you speaking. So it could be you're looking for professional speaking tools. It could be you want to be a comedian and you want to, just get more comfortable with speaking in general. You could be coming from another country and English is your second language, and you want to be more comfortable speaking in that language as a working professional. There's so many reasons why you could want to be involved in that club, and it's just amazing the people that you're able to meet through that, and the fact that they're just there to help you and build you as a speaker. That's what it's all about. And they do, tournaments, and things like speaking. I don't know. I forget the what they call the tournaments. I don't want to call it that, but basically competitions on speaking, and people vote on it, and very cool events. And it's all educational, and you get to meet amazing people who just want to help you through the process. But yeah, that's my big thing, is practice is the most important. Finding stuff like that where you can work on things you want to get better at, that's what's going to build your confidence in that area most.
Nice. Absolutely. Well, speaking of the letter P, I will be right back. Brandon, you want to take care of the next question really quick?
I was looking at his face in the camera, and I'm laughing. I'm like, what is he thinking? He's going to ask a good one.
I'll be back in a second.
So actually, we have a question here from one of our regulars. Right, Mandy Atterbury here. She's asking, how do you get rid of shin splints? And you talked about health and wellness, buddy. You talked about working out. You're gonna have to know this one for her, because I don't want her falling downstairs with her shins giving out.
Yeah. Now, Mandy, I cannot give you great information on a specific thing like that. I'm not here to diagnose and give you the direct answers for specific problems like that. The best thing you can do is find a personal trainer, or somebody who specializes in that. I know a lot of people nowadays especially are scared of doctors and them prescribing them things, but doctors are there for a reason. If you have a good family doctor, they might even be friendly enough where you can call them and ask them rather than going into their office. I personally can't really help with shin splints. I don't know if I'd be giving a bad idea. I know a lot of injuries and things like that. A lot of people say to ice it and not do anything with it. A lot of times the opposite is true, keeping the blood flowing, keeping things moving. But I don't want to say that with shin splints, because I don't know exactly what's causing what's causing it, and if, running on it or walking on it every day is going to be harmful in the end. So a doctor or somebody who specializes in that specifically could give you a much better answer than I could. I apologize for not being able to help. I don't want to give false information. So
I think you answered in a good way. Like you're saying, look, ice, take care of it, but you need to contact your family physician. Like, in all honesty, shin splints are different for everybody. I used to get them, and my track coach and basketball coach said run backwards. And what was interesting about that is because you're pushing on your feet a different way, it actually pushes the blood and all that. So that was a trick I learned, but that does not mean that's going to work for you, Mandy. So I think Jake's answer is phenomenal with that, because it's answering it, but it's making you figure out your boundaries of your body. We have a great question here by Miss Shauna Jones. Shauna says, do you set a time limit on your goals?
Oh, I'm so glad she asked this question. So that's the part I totally gapped on. I think we got caught up in conversation. I said, start your goals with I will. And the other part that I meant to mention is always end them in a timeline. So always give yourself a deadline on when to get there. Otherwise, you could be so loose about it that, you maybe focus on one goal more than you do the others. And, you just have a, sort of free spirit about it. It's important, if you want to reach a goal, to set a deadline. And it's not the worst thing in the world if it takes longer. Like I said, with the process of writing my book, the fact that it took 2 years instead of 1, it's not a bad thing. I wanted to put out the best thing that I could possibly put out there. And I'm very proud of it. And if I just rushed and tried to get it done in 1 year, it wouldn't have been up to the quality that it's at. So always it's important to reassess and adjust the timelines if you need to. But yeah, thank you, Shauna, for asking that, because that is crucial, to add a timeline to all of your goals. And some of my goals I leave just for that year. Sometimes my goals are simply, I want to improve my relationships with my friends and family, maybe old friends that I haven't talked to in a long time. And that's just and that doesn't necessarily have a deadline to it, but it does, because I reassess every year. That's a big goal that I have for that year that, I'll pay attention to every day and make sure that I'm working on. So
I really like that a whole lot. And you said every year is when you try to do like quick reassessment. Now, is that because of like New Year, or are you doing like a New Year's resolution kind of thing, or do you actually try to avoid those in a sense and just sort of make the goals throughout the year, just because you don't need a reason to? But that's my question. Like, do you avoid New Year's resolutions, or do you support them?
I'm not one for New Year's resolutions. I've never had and I feel like everybody does this. Maybe they set New Year's resolutions and they never, end up doing it. And maybe because they're thinking about it wrong and they don't set a timeline to it, that it's something I'm going to be focused on for the whole year. They just say, I'm going to do that, or I want to do that. And, that doesn't really push you to get further. Shauna, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for asking that question. Like I said, I totally gapped on that. So thank you for asking that. And oh man, I'm usually good about, jumping, answering comments and jumping back. But I totally, now I'm spaced on what we were talking about.
No, you're totally good. We're talking about New Year's resolutions.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not really one for that. I just personally think, for me, what works best is reassessing once a year, and the easiest time to do that, to focus on that. And, this year I actually didn't get to it until February. I was so busy with the book and things like that, I was still reciting my goals from last year, but it's just in the back of my head that I need to reassess. I need to get back to it and figure out what's most important for me this year. And the reason that that's so important is things are constantly changing. And I'm always working on different things, and I need to realign where I'm at in my career, in my relationships, and realize what goals that I've accomplished and can say ixnay to, and what I want to focus on this year. I think it's important for me, my perspective for the year is try to make that year the best year possible. And I've always had that mindset. Even going through high school, I started having that mindset where I just, it's important to live life to the fullest and try to get as much experience as you can. And things are always changing. I can't say that I don't miss growing up, but 5 years ago, I wouldn't be able to say, be able to guess where I'm at now, writing the book and things like that. I would have never have guessed it. And just being able to, just by goal setting and realizing that I want to make the most of things and try to make an impact, that's what really brought me to this. So, and I have no idea where I'm going to be in 5 years. I just know what I want to focus on now. And if I reach those goals, I can say, that I made my best effort and it could be my best year. So.
Absolutely. I love that. Tokyo Bento was talking about your Toastmasters back there and how he used it for public speaking and that. He says it's a great way to meet people and that. But he says it's great for drinking club and all that as well. And then the next comment he makes throws me off. He says his goal is to break 100 by year's end. 100 drinks? 100 what? I don't know. It threw me off. So I love what people are saying. 100 speeches, right? Like 100 new friends because of COVID? Like, I don't know. So I love what Shauna wrote here. She gave herself a goal of 1 year to get a new car. She accomplished it in 6 months. I want to tell you right now, I'm so proud of you, Shauna. I really am because, you set that goal and you went for it.
My goal is to get a new car when mine leaves me stranded on the side of the road one day.
See, here's the thing. I love this because he phrases this in such a good way. My goal is to get a new car when it dies, right? Yeah. But the thing is, what he's not telling you is he has no car payment. He's saving his money. Yeah, no. He's literally putting away money to be able to get, like he's getting a car payment at 21 years old. Yeah. Wow. He is literally doing what you're supposed to be doing. And
I'm not going to have a car payment on my next car. You're out of your damn mind. I will never have a car payment, actually. The day that I get a new car is the day that I can pay for it in cash.
Hey, I love that.
I'm not doing a car payment. You're out of your mind.
Unless my car breaks down. Unless my car breaks down.
Yeah. Oh no! When my car breaks down, I'm just gonna go on Facebook Marketplace with a couple grand to get another beater. Like,
oh, there you go.
I agree. And he's young enough. Like, he doesn't need those things. He's not being told, you're in this field. You need to drive a nice car. You need to look like this.
Oh, my mother always bothers me to get a new car. She's always telling me, she's like, when are you going to get a new car? Shouldn't you get a nicer car? And like, no.
There's nothing wrong with people who do want to pursue nice cars, nice things like that. I've never had that attitude either. I've always, I have a RAV4, my old trusty RAV4, and I have a certain limit on how much I'll pay for my car, and I won't go over that limit, no matter how old I am, because as long as it's reliable. And like my car now, I know it's going to last me 10 years. And if I can make it 3 or 4 without a car payment, that's, awesome. And like you're saying, that's a great mentality to have. But again, if people want to pursue a nice car and things like that, if that motivates them, pushes them, it all goes to a cause. You're paying, the people who develop the car. There's a reason why it's out there. And, it's important to.
Well, on top of that, it's an old car as well. It gets me to point A to point B, which is all I really care about. And it's an old car, which means it's made out of all iron and steel. So if it hits any of the new cars that are on the road now, it's going to be fine. Like it's going to have some scratches on it, and that's about it. They might crack the windshield,
So I loved your energy on the positiveness. Like you've always had this positive mindset. You said you always push. Here's a thing that I think a lot of people struggle with that you can inspire us with. And this is me, Gavin. I know we've talked about this. Yeah. Negative mindset thinking. It's you have to self-talk in that. But my thing is, you said you've had that positiveness. What about people who have before even COVID started, and then they spent a year alone? They've been in lockdown. They've been in these things. That self-talk can get worse and worse and worse. How do you start pushing that boulder back up the hill to be able to get it?
Yeah, that's an awesome question, Brandon. I'd love to, connect with people who are on that. Obviously, I have bad days. It happens. Everybody has bad days. And I've had times in my life where I'm not as positive as I am now, and it just is how it is. People go through that, and sometimes there's not an easy switch. But once you do make that switch, something that I would suggest is trying to find people who you can find positivity from. I think, I don't want to overuse the word toxic. I know a lot of people hate that word, but it's a fact that negativity, that negative mindset is toxic, and a positive mindset is just as toxic. So being able to find people who really speak to you and can help you, that's what it's all about. And that's what has really pushed me and made me realize that the self-improvement space, I'll never get tired of it. Like I said, because there's so many people out there just trying to, share that positivity and help you through things, that there's just so many resources out there for you. And that's what I suggest for you, finding somebody who speaks to you and connects with you. And that's a lot of the things with the people that I write about too, is, not everybody is going to connect with them. They have different personalities and connect to a different crowd. Some of them are quirky. Some of them are just very, nerdy, knowledge based. And so different people connect with them, and finding people who can help you get to the next level. And you'll realize, if you start with anything that you're passionate about, whether it's playing guitar or, starting health and fitness and working out more, then a snowball starts rolling, where just other things in your life start coming together. You start focusing on where you want to be, not only in health and fitness, but you look at your success, your overall success. And it, like I said, it's a snowball effect of, your own self-improvement journey. And that's what, the education that I look to share is really all about.
I love that you brought a lot of light onto the toxicity, and that it can go both ways, depending on who you are and who you're talking to. Because I like to think that people are kind of like complex chemicals in the fact that we react to each other very differently. Like like we could get along very great, but maybe he and somebody else would on the street would just completely clash, or like me and somebody else would just like completely.
Energy is real.
Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely like a chemical effect. And then also too, how you said it could be both positive. Hearing that positive could be toxic is a weird thing to hear, but it can be true. It just happens if it's in an extreme thing. I think that it is healthy to be a little negative sometimes, and definitely healthy to be positive. But you do need a sort of balance with those, so that way you don't create false realities in your mind. And that's what I feel like a lot of people get trapped into. Right here, we have another question from Tokyo Bento asking, how do you tell someone their goal is unrealistic or not retainable during this COVID period?
How do you tell someone can you keep that up? Do you mind?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Tokyo, I love this question. Before I get to it, I want to continue with what we were just talking about. And I think that toxic positivity, it doesn't necessarily have to be a huge thing. It could simply being kinder to people. Something that I've heard that I really connect with is, if you want to see change in a room, if there's a lot of negativity, be the change, be that positive light. And the simple act of kindness, you never know what somebody's going through and how it can help them in a positive way. And that's what I mean by toxic positivity, just positive vibes, helping people. Being that positive light can help others. It'll also help you be more positive, help the energy in the room. And that's all about. So yeah, if you don't mind bringing back up, another thing I want to say is my quote that I brought up for today is related to that. It was a Martin Luther King Jr. quote, and it's the quality and not the longevity of your life that matters. And no, it just speaks to me, and it's so true. So many people, it's important not to get bogged down in the negativity of life. And, it's okay for something to knock you down, but, the sooner you can, reflect on it and realize what happened and change things in your life and, improve the ball and just keep working and turn it into a positive and just keep going. That's where life is meant to enjoy. To be negative and spreading negativity, it doesn't help anybody. You're not helping yourself or anybody else. So that's I had a lot more to add to that point. But yeah, let me get to. Do you guys have anything else you want to say on that, or you want me to just roll to Tokyo?
No, go right ahead, man.
Go on.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. So
This is
Tokyo
your show.
Bento.
We're just here.
Yes. Pin that back up. I want to read Tokyo's comment again. Tokyo Bento, he says, how do you tell someone their goal is unrealistic or not retainable during this COVID period? It's tough to say, Tokyo, because if somebody has a goal in mind, then I don't want to say this in a mean way, but who are you to say that they can't achieve that? It's to say that their goal is unrealistic, and maybe you'd be surprised at what happens. I don't know what type of goal you're referring to, and it's something that you could say that could distract them from that goal. If it's extremely unrealistic, maybe you could tell them other things they could do that help them in another way, or help them, maybe tell them that they can't just have this one goal in mind, that they should be focusing on a few things. And maybe they'll realize that as they're pursuing their goals, and they'll be focused on the things that actually push them further, instead of trying to reach for the stars and not being able to get anywhere. So
I absolutely love that answer. I thought, I read the question, and the first thing out of my mind is, well, we don't know what their question, what their goal is. Because, I have to be honest, I say my goals verbally out loud on the show a lot. And one of the things I say is, I want to change the world. I believe I was here to make a difference, show the difference, and be just completely different from anybody else, but while bringing that positivity. And I believe there's a way to change the world through that.
Yep.
And I cannot tell you how many messages I get telling me, Brandon, you're just one person. And the more I hear that, the more I'm like, I'm going to do this. I have to keep going, because people are so angry today. And coming from my past, which I'm sure Gavin can agree with, we both have had very different paths, but there's been a lot of pain, a lot of anger. And Jake, I guarantee you've had things where in your life you've had anger, pain, resentment. Breaking those barriers and letting you see that fire that's inside yourself, fixing yourself to find your best you, is so hard. So when goals people say are unattainable, are they unattainable because you can't do them, or are they unattainable because you're saying something like, I want to go be the next quarterback of the Cleveland Browns and I'm 38 years old? Not going to happen. But I understand that now. But if I said that as a goal, that's an unrealistic thing. Knowing what you can really do to I like how he shrugs. He's like, it is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, we almost had that homeless guy on our team. Remember that? Yes, we almost had a homeless man on our team, so it's possible.
There's a lot there on that comment. So my question for you is, with everything going on, how do you take time for Jake to find the best Jake every day? Fuck everybody else. Oh yeah, you get one F word. Gavin used his early. I just used mine. So use it wisely, because there's only 12 minutes left.
Oh man!
I get to say this. Yes.
That was a very animaniac way to do it.
You only get one, and if you
As
don't,
you're saying, I only get one. I already used.
Yeah, that's great.
It's perfect. But how do you keep Jake's fire going? And what do you do? And this is going to sound weird because it's a combo question, but how do you keep others from blowing your fire out?
Personally, I just don't let it get to me, and it is what it is. My audience isn't everybody, and I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking I'm out there trying to sell something. And like I said, simply just trying to give value, spread positivity is what I'm all about. If people want to ignore that and just try to see it in their own way and don't understand it, then that's on them. I can't really control how it is. The book I wrote, if there's certain negative reviews, if it's a series of biographies, which could be boring to some people, but I try to make it as interesting as possible, and I try to give actionable tips for anybody to read. If they simply just don't like nonfiction and they get my book, then I'm gonna get negative reviews. I'm not here to please everybody. It just is what it is. And to get to your question on how I find time for me, I think that's always important. Like I said, if the most important for me is trying to live life to the fullest, and part of that is making an impact, but most of that is figuring out what's most important to me, whether it's relationships with people, or I need to make sure that I want to find new hobbies. I want to explore my old hobbies and spend time doing what I like. It's important to, set that time aside and realizing where you need to, decompress. And that also helps you, if you just need to think about where you're at, a lot of times going on a walk or doing something you enjoy. I enjoy disc golf. I enjoy climbing. And I like meeting people. So it's great to, there's always positive things, and you need to make sure that it's selfish to say putting yourself first, but it's important, and you can't help anybody if you're in a bad spot, and nobody can really know what you're going through. So nobody's going to pull you out of your rut except you. So that's all I have to say is, make sure you're spending time doing your hobbies. If there's an instrument that you played when you were younger, try picking it back up, and 30 minutes a day can do wonders. And it's therapeutic, and it's something you enjoy, something you're passionate about. No matter what it is, it's positive. Tokyo says disc golf. Yeah.
I love it. Right? Did you see what else he said about you?
No. Look like Sam Worthington.
Look like the guy from Avatar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
One thing I want to add on to everything you're saying, I think you're saying some amazing stuff, man, is and this also is referenced back to what Brandon was saying earlier. Anybody who says that one person can't change the world either hasn't or forgot that they read history books in class. Like, they have entire history books just full of single people who have influenced and changed the world. And even when you try to say things like when I think of history books, I think of like a lot of like great wars and stuff that have happened that have changed the world, really big historical events. Even though those were fought with armies, they were still led by generals. Mm-hmm. They were still led by that one person who made the decision of what to do on the battlefield. So anytime that somebody tells you, hey, you can't change the world, you're just one person, I say, well, no, actually I can, because I am at least one person.
Mm-hmm. It takes only one person to really inspire. Martin Luther King Jr. was one person. Tom Brady was a 6th round draft pick that's now a Hall of Famer. When you tell people they can't do it, turn it on them. And I tell Mandy Atterbury, because I know she's struggling with her divorce right now, make it where your ex-husband turns and looks at you one day on Facebook and all of a sudden turns around and goes, damn, what did I miss out on? Make your best you, because that is your best payback, because then you're happy, they're jealous, and you win. That's all it is. Yeah. I say that in such a fun way.
Hitler was only one person. I think I'm better than him, and I think that he was pretty damn influential.
We talk about MLK and Tom Brady. This man pulls the Hitler. Hold on.
I'm just saying he influenced a lot of people. He was one person. I think that I'm better than him. I think that I could change. If he could change the world, that maniac, I think I could too. You know what?
So
we're talking positive. we're talking positive.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just saying he influenced a lot of people. I want to do that just positively, in like a good way. I'm not trying to kill a bunch of people.
Okay, so I wish
that was the point I was making.
We're moving on, Brandon.
No, you're right. I'm like, I cannot let the Hitler one keep going. I have too many jokes aligned and too many people not like it.
My thing with MLK, which, like I said, my quote today was from him. I think he's the most influential, the most positive impact on American culture, period. And the fact that one person is able to do that just by speaking what they're passionate about. And like I said, if you look into the podcast world, the self-improvement space, it's amazing the amount of people giving value, and it's not, they build communities like what you guys are doing. You're building a community, and just it's an amazing thing, and what you're able to do, what you're able to accomplish is amazing. It's you never know until you put yourself to the test. So
I agree.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So I have your website. We just showed everybody that so they can go to it. We shared your website. I went to YouTube. We hit subscribe. I need to log in, but I'd rather pay attention to you than log in right this second. So I will log in and subscribe to you next. And we're already acquaintances on Facebook. We'll finish that off and make sure we connect there. And we're coming to the end of the show. This went really fast.
It was very, very fast.
Like, honestly, Jake, you are amazing. I want to have you back. Like, deep down inside, I want to have a mental health minute with Jake.
Yeah.
And he just comes in and reads one quick positive thing from his book and stuff and starts our days with, like, the first thing. Like, he could even video that and send it to us just because it's such a different outlook, and it starts, and I love what you're doing, and just keep doing you.
Thank you, man. Hey, I just started when I do my morning routine. Before I start it, lately I've been doing TikToks as well. So that's a great 1 minute. It's 1 minute every time where I just quickly break down what the quote is and some positivity on, the theme and something for people to think about. So that's something you could take. But I would be keep wanting to say delighted.
Do it. Do it.
To be back on.
The whole thing in this is about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would be amazing. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to you guys and meet you guys. Like I said, it's like we know each other already. We're so connected in just what we're doing. And I love what you guys are doing. And I'm always willing to come back and to speak to your community. So
I love it.
Absolutely.
So, Gavin, you're going to do our last part?
Yeah, we're coming up to the end of the show here. Like we said, it came by really fast. So one of the things that we do here at the show is that we do a just sort of last words. They can be like an affirmation, positivity, or any sort of advice that you have for the people. That my fiance is giving me weird looks across the table over there. But any sort of like final words that you would like to leave us, the audience, say for yourself, any plugins you want to do as well. So I will start, pass it to Brandon, and then we will have you go last at the very end. So,
okay.
For me, the thing that I took from this episode, and the biggest thing was that goals take time. And with that time, you need to plan it out. It's very easy to say, hey, I want to gain 5 pounds of muscle. It's very easy to say that. However, it's a lot more difficult to actually do it. And just recapping on things that you said, doing things like being consistent is a huge, huge key. Setting little goals in between to add up to that. Maybe it's changing like your diet a little bit, or doing a little bit of a schedule analysis and rearranging and doing some time management. And then also setting a deadline is very, very important. If you do these things, then you can be that one person that at the very least changes your life. Maybe not the world. If you want, you can. You most definitely can. It's going to take a while, but you can do it. But at the very least, you have to be willing to first change your life.
I love that. Hey, Gavin, I love hearing when you get the positivity going on that. I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said. And the only person that can get the first start for you is you. The only person who's going to be able to get to the starting line is you. Now, I'm not going to say I can compete for the Olympics. I'm not going to say I could be the Browns quarterback. I'd try, but I'm not going to say I could be. The truth is, you need to look at who you are. Know yourself. Love yourself. And then the minute you know what you're supposed to do and you walk into your destiny, guess what? That walking to the starting line isn't going to seem stressful. There's no anxiety. You know what you're doing is right. Do yourself a favor. Take a moment today to just literally look inside, love you, and take a moment to truly find your fire, because that starting line's waiting for you. The rest of the world might need you. you don't know if you're that one that's going to light the fire to change the world. Jake, you are up, my friend.
You want me to follow that? I'm kidding.
Yes, please. It would be appreciated if you did.
No, you guys are awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'll leave you with another quote that I mentioned the other day on my morning routine show, and I just connected with it so much. So let me bring that to the table. So I know this podcast has just been full of, you never know your potential until you start pushing yourself, pushing your boundaries, and you never know what you're able to accomplish until you start working towards it. So don't be afraid to set a goal that's reaching for the stars a little bit, and you never know, again, where it could take you. Find what you're passionate about. So this quote is from George Bernard Shaw, and it says, "Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself." And why that's so powerful and so true to me is, you can't just get caught thinking about, who am I? What am I passionate about? Just start doing things that you love. If you love to travel, you love enjoying spending time with people and what you're doing, just keep doing that. If whatever you're passionate about, like I said, you can nowadays there's so many people with travel blogs and that just write on what they're doing through traveling. Like I said, if you're passionate about guitar and you want to share that passion, what you can do through live streams and being able to connect with people and build an audience that way is truly, truly amazing. You never know where it's going to take you, and at the very least you're still spending time doing the thing that you love. So again, and that's not for everybody. Not everybody's comfortable enough to do that or has the motivation to it just doesn't want to be a part of that, and that's fine. But maybe just find somebody who you connect with, and again, so I'll say it again, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. I think a lot of people ask, how do I find myself? How do I find what I'm passionate about? And you're thinking too much about it. Just simply go do what you love, and that's what it's all about. And as you can see through the podcast, what I'm passionate about is self-improvement and sharing that information with people. And my biggest thing, if it can help one person and they can get as much value from studying these experts as I have, then that's what it's all about. And like I said, so I'll just, plug my book one more time, Inspiring Leaders in Health and Fitness, Volume 1. So my goal was to write about 12 people in 1 year. Instead, I was only able to do 6 people in 2 years because the writing, the publication, the research, there's a ton into it. And like I said, I wanted to give the best quality possible. And so I'll just quickly show you kind of what it's about. Like I said, it focuses on 6 different people. I always start with a nice portrait that I created of each person. And then you have like a 10 to 15 and a quote from them as well. So this one from Sean Stevenson says, "It's not what you do sometimes, but what you do consistently that tells the real story of your results." And he's just a great general health resource that I think a lot of people were connected with. So I started with him. But there's so many valuable tips in there. And if you enjoy this sort of format and want to go check out my morning podcast, not podcast, my morning live stream as well. It's on YouTube, on Twitch, but the main page is Facebook. And if you just search at Inspiring Leaders Collective on Facebook or click my link tree that I shared with you guys, then you'll be able to get all my links right there and easily get to my Facebook, my book, or my book series website. I have a ton of places where you can find me. So Brett, Jake just talked about the spark we talked about in One Square at a Time on the movie Soul.
Have you seen the movie Soul?
I haven't seen the movie Soul. I've heard it was amazing.
It's really good. Yeah,
it's very good. Brett does a podcast that he and I do together. It's called One Square at a Time. It's a leadership perspective on building the team around you, one square at a time, being like the leadership by the king. And the one episode, and then we take movies and break them down to give you your leadership. So the actors from Soul, you're able to picture and then have a tool to make sure you're putting that in your tool belt as a leader. So it's your spark is perfect. I thought that was great. Like, you hit it right on the head. Brett caught it. I caught it. He wrote it. So I love it. Guys, make sure to go check out his book. We're going to make sure we're tagging the links and all this. We're going to make sure everything's uploaded there. Jake, you have been incredible. We both agree we wanted you back. We didn't even have to talk about it. We just gave each other that look.
Absolutely.
And 100%, I'm very grateful for you. The spark is appreciating the little things in life. I love how he says that. So, guys, do not forget, Jake is leading and inspiring. Share this episode all over your social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, Bumble, Twitch, anywhere you want to share it. If you need a date, make sure they're positive and they're watching our show. Okay, that's why you can Tinderella it and just swipe right. Yep, I got the Java Delight today. We are here at the end of our show. Jacob, thank you for following Jacob on Facebook now. Thank you, Tokyo. Guys, do us a favor. Go share this episode. Every person that shares will get their name on the wheel, and then they get to pick what Gavin and I's onesies will be. So please have fun with that. Jake's going to tune in on Monday just to see what we're wearing now. You know that, right?
I kind of like this idea though about like around Valentine's Day, if we make dating profiles for Java Delight.
Yikes.
And we swipe right on everybody.
Did he say yikes?
Yeah.
He said yikes.
No, we just swipe right on everybody, and we just send them positive things, and then tell them to come watch the show.
Genius.
That's a cool idea. That's a cool
Whose
idea.
picture do we pick? Like Brad Pitt, and just let everybody
Pat
think
Mahomes, man. You got Pat Mahomes sitting right next to you.
Oh, that's right. I got Pat Mahomes right next to me.
There you go. That's what we'll do, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Guys, go give Jake a follow. Subscribe to his network. Don't forget to share. Get positivity out there. Monday, we're going to have a great show. We have guests. We're going to be working out. We're going to be talking to Brett. We're going to be – we might even have Jake pop in for a minute and read us an inspirational quote and then bounce out. Mandy Atterbury, we love you. Keep your positivity going. You're influencing people whether you know it or not. So, guys, thank you for today. Jake, one last goodbye to you, my man. I look forward to being your friend and growing in the future and what the future holds.
Absolutely. Very
Thank
excited.
you, my man.
Thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and all the people watching. If you ever have more questions, you can always contact me. I give out my personal email in the book, my website. You can easily find it. And, you can also find me on Facebook, message me through there, or join my live stream and ask questions, just like you can here. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for this opportunity. It was great to get to know you. Awesome discussion. And, yeah, look forward to – I'll be tuned into your podcast or your live stream. And, really love the conversation, love meeting you guys. So thank you.
For sure. Have a good one, guys. Spread love, spread peace. Make sure you're being that shot of positivity. This was Java Delight. I'm Brandon.
I'm Gavin.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks, Jake.